Okay. So it is, we're live. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome back to the Stacey Storino YouTube channel, the number one place I do feel for organic content marketing for sales conversions advice. I'm not against paid marketing, like paid ads. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's a time and a place for them. And I think that people, need to get proof of concept, need to have some profitability with their businesses, need to be generating some money to safely pull out money to run paid ads too, if that's what you want to do. I don't teach paid ads, but I'm not against them. Today, we are here to talk about the recently applied 75-day extension that President Trump gave to TikTok so that the US and TikTok slash China slash ByteDance can get together and hopefully cut a deal so that they don't shut down access to the TikTok app for Americans like they did briefly, I want to say January 16th of this year. So I have some advice because one of my mega influencer clients, Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, TikTok is a big deal for them. It drives a lot of people to their brick and mortar business as kind of like a tourist destination. I'm not saying that they can't get requests through the inbox on TikTok for orders, but it's mostly from local and county folks because obviously their hamburgers, their hot dogs, and their ice cream can't be shipped worldwide. But despite that fact, it has really driven a lot of people across the nation to Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, saying, hey, I've seen this TikTok for the shake. I want this. I'm here visiting family, friends, colleges. Let me, stop at Joe's. They have gone in about 2 years from a profitable business to a 7-figure plus business a year, way more profitable. And TikTok was definitely a part of that scenario. It certainly wasn't all of it. Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is 20,000 plus on its Facebook page. It has 3,500 in its Facebook group. It's got thousands upon thousands of people on Instagram as well. And they're not the only mega influencer client I have. A lot of my clientele, if you go to staceystorino.com dash testimonials or slash testimonials, my testimonials page goes on and on and on. I've been an organic content marketing for sales conversions coach since full time since February of 2015. So I've been coaching way over a decade now, full time, and I'm all about organic content marketing for sales conversions. So today we're going to cover the 75-day extension that the United States gave to China slash TikTok slash ByteDance, however you want to look at it, so that they can hammer out a deal. I'm going to talk to you mainly about what to do during this extension period if you are big time on TikTok, like Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill is. If you have kind of been tootling around with TikTok, like what do you do during this additional 75-day period? What would be my advice? And what if you have not created a TikTok account yet? Or let's say you have, but you haven't really done much of anything with it. In light of the additional 75 days that you have now, if you're in the US, given the extension on the current TikTok ban going through, like what would you do? So whether you use it a lot, you use it a little, or you really don't use it at all yet, and you're like, why do I bother? You're in the right place. I will give you my advice for each of those three camps. And then very quickly, Facebook just recently has been rolling out an update. If you use the Meta Business Suite scheduler, like Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill does, like I do for my business, if you don't want to pay for, you're going free or freemium right now, Meta Business Suite is a perfectly fine solution to cross post over Facebook page, Facebook group, if you have both of those things, and Instagram. I like it well enough. They just put through an update. If you don't have it yet, they're still rolling it out. You'll get it soon. And this is Meta Business Scheduler for content only. I believe for your Facebook post itself, you can now include more than one video or a mix of videos or multiple videos and photos. Basically they're bringing the carousel more hardcore to Facebook. Meta owns both Facebook and Instagram for years now. Insta, you've been able to do, carousels with a lot more content on it. Now Facebook for the posts. And I noticed it in the Meta Business Scheduler, and my research shows they're rolling it out. So if you don't have that feature, that notification yet, when you go into, hi, I love you, sweetheart. Okay, my husband just break bread. I love him to pieces, and I love his bread. So anyway, if you have any questions live or on the replay about what's going on in the Meta Business Scheduler, especially for the post update that I just mentioned, you can put it in the comments down below, live or on the replay. If you're one of my students, free or paid, hashtag live, hashtag replay. I always want to see when you're checking in. Even if you're like, Stacey, I have no questions, I'm just listening to you, and it's totally fine. If you go hashtag live, hashtag replay, and or you give this video a big thumbs up, those are data points that the YouTube algorithms look at, and it'll shove out my live more while I'm live, and it'll also push out and recommend out my replay more when it's in replay mode. Okay, so also really quickly, there is a free guide that I offer, to help you more with your organic content marketing for sales conversions. So if you're a traditional entrepreneur, or even if you're a creator, but you have your own merch to sell, or you have affiliate links that you're trying to drive more people to, I would highly recommend, so you're selling somebody else's stuff and you're getting a cut, you still want the content marketing for conversions quick start guide, which you can get at don'tbeafakeguru.com, all one word, but it's also pinned in the chat for the post, both live and on the replay. And also, if you're like, hey, Stacey, I want to get free coaching from you, I'm typically here on my YouTube channel Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll go for a half an hour plus or minus. The more people that are here, the more questions that are asked. I can usually stay longer than a half an hour. And you can also get into my Facebook group, which is also a free coaching group on Facebook. The name of it is Content Marketing for Conversions. Pretty straightforward. Okay. So really quickly, what if you are using TikTok a lot? You're posting on it daily or more, whether you're an influencer / creator or you're more of a traditional entrepreneur, but you have found over the last year, how many years, that it's really good to get people onto your email list and or, in the comments or in the inbox, placing orders, right, for your stuff. Whether you're a coach, course creator, or you're selling physical goods, digital goods, whatever, TikTok's been a great place to do business. And you may have, if you're watching TV / legacy media or whatever, you're probably seeing that TikTok is placing a lot of ads. And it is saying, hey, United States of America, take notice. A lot of people's businesses really rely on TikTok for driving people to their brick and mortar shops, placing orders and shipping them potentially around the world. Mega influencer Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill can only ship throughout, has takeout and delivery rather. It does not ship anywhere big because, it sells edible products or food. So what can it do? But if you're using TikTok heavy duty, obviously you have 75 more days to continue to use TikTok heavy duty. However, advice that I would give you is to make sure that if you, to whatever extent, you are putting all your eggs in one TikTok basket, I wouldn't do that. And usually what I even teach my beginner students to do, even the paid ones, is pick the top 2 social media platforms that are most important to your niche. You have to do research in terms of both demographics and psychographics to determine that. And you might want to keep that refreshed on a monthly or at the very, very least on a quarterly basis because, different ideal customer avatars change. For example, I had one that I had a student who she was making a ton of money through Twitter X and then branching out into Blue Sky. So she covered both sides of the equation. And she still, that's an important place for her to post content. However, she noticed that that particular ideal customer avatar got way more active on Nextdoor, given the type of business she runs. So she knows from being a student of mine for a couple years, Miss Bridget and Darren, her husband, shouting you guys out. They know you got to spread your risks and never put all your content and all your focus just on one app or one platform. You can prioritize it, but you should never just post only one place. So with TikTok, especially with the 75-day, extension on the ban, to the extent that you've just been focusing solely on TikTok, even if it's making you a lot of money, building up your email list, I'm not saying take your foot off that gas. Am I cautiously optimistic? Because I've been a lawyer since 1998 and I've done corporate stuff and civil litigation and stuff like that. Am I cautiously optimistic that they can cut a deal so that American security interests are protected while the business continues to survive and thrive? Yes, I do. So I'm not preaching doom and gloom, but discretion is a better part of valor. Make sure that you are diversifying, and whatever you post to TikTok, you want to be able to cross post to at least one other platform. If you're already doing this, especially if you're a student of mine for however long, you're not worried. Just continue, rinse and repeat. And hopefully before the next 75 days is up, a deal is minted and we don't have to worry about a ban. But if we do, your content lives someplace else. What I also teach all of my students to do, whether they are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced student, sorry, when you go live, this can happen. Thank you for your patience. My advice is always to take and upload whatever you post to TikTok and at least one other place, take that edited video and upload it into like some sort of business cloud that you have. Is it Dropbox? Is it something else? Is it a Google workspace? Whatever works for you, just work it. But I would never just post to one or even two or more platforms and not keep a copy up in the cloud. It's not just because platforms could be banned. Platforms can go out of business like MySpace did years ago. Platforms can come and go. Also, your account or a platform wide, it's not impossible, could get hacked and stuff could get corrupted or taken down. You could accidentally, through a glitch, get a content strike on a platform, and maybe you have to take that content down, or maybe they take it down for you. It depends on the platform and the terms of service, the terms of use. So you never want to get screwed. You spent all this time creating this content. Is it 5, 10, 15 minutes? Is it a half an hour to an hour? Especially if it's long form content on Facebook or YouTube or elsewhere, I bet you longer. You don't want to lose that content. So if I were you, as a best practice moving forward, if you're not doing this already, I would download whatever you post to TikTok and another platform at least. And I would, download it to a device and then upload it into your security cloud. So no matter what happens, ban or no ban, glitch or no glitch, hacked or no hacked, you're not crying going, I got to recreate a channel, or I got to create an account, recreate an account, or I lost some content, I want to put it back. All that time lost. So you don't want to do that anyway. One thing I will say, so you also want to cross post. So my clients who are playing full out will post to TikTok, but they'll also download that finished video if they edit it within TikTok, or if they create something off of TikTok and they upload it to TikTok. Of course, what's to hurt to post it as a short on a YouTube channel also, and to post it as a reel on Facebook and Instagram. And again, just using their built-in Meta Business Scheduler is so much easier, and it doesn't cost you any extra money to do it. Now, my intermediate to advanced students use paid solutions because they're way more robust and stuff like that. At some point, you'll outgrow and shed Meta Business Schedule because you want to take one thing and post it perfectly well optimized for all the platforms, all up in a shot. But if you're a beginner and, at marketing, running your business, or both, Meta Business Scheduler is perfectly fine. I have plenty of students who do that, and they will post their reel in both places, and boom, they're done. Actually, for Joe's Dairy Bar and Grill, when they post, it's to their Instagram page, to their Facebook page, and also to their Facebook group. And then depending upon the content, it'll go up to their Facebook and Instagram story. So they definitely will cross pollinate